Hello, welcome to Gunpowder Fiction and Plot. I'm Scott,
I'm Nelle.
and we've got our TBR for the month of Victober.
Yeah, I know. I said no more TBRs, but I'm doing a small Victober TBR.
So we should just go over the background. Victober is a readathon rather, run by Katie at Books and Things, by Lucy the Reader, and by Kate Howe. I will put the names and the links and stuff in the description.
Yeah.
It's confusing having a Katie and a Kate on the
This is
thing.
easily confused.
I am very easily confused.
Dense, one would say.
Spacey, scatty,
Dumb.
in need of cookies.
Oh.
Anyway, let's get back on topic.
No, where's my cookies, bitch?
Oh, I'd have to bake them. I'd have to clean the kitchen. Do you know how long that would take?
Does your partner promise you cookies and then withdraw said promise because it's unrealistic?
Let us know in the comments below. While you're at it,
Tell me
comment,
how
and subscribe.
often you beat them for said infringement.
Spousal abuse is not a joking matter.
Oh, no, it's not. It's really unfortunate that it's not. Because you deserve to be punished for teasing me with cookies. What's next?
We talked about the books we're going to read now.
Now we talk about books we're going to read. I'm going to completely ignore all 5 challenges and only pay attention to the vague premise of Victober, meaning I'm going to read some Victorian shit. So, book number 1.
I'm going to read books and not feces.
Book number 1 that I'm reading for Victober is My Husband is a Hardy fan and nags me regularly to read some Hardy.
And you'll notice, if you can see Nelle's TBR,
there's a big hole in it.
That corner there, that's where all the Hardy novels are, and we've taken them down so she can have a look at them. She's going to read them all.
I am not.
Which one are you going to read now?
So there's this one, and then there's this one, and then there's this one, and then there's this one.
And in the
which
mail,
is actually 2.
There's another one coming in the mail.
So last time I tried to read Hardy, I tried to read this edition, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's very yellowed, and the ink is quite browny, and there's not very much contrast between the page and the ink, and I found it a bit hard on the eyeballs. So I've decided to pick the best print rather than choose a Hardy novel.
I think it's going to be far from the madding crowd looking at those.
It's actually The Mayor of Casterbridge, which is this edition.
Oh.
It has by far the whitest paper and the biggest font, and it's only 333 pages instead of 400 and something. So it looks like The Mayor of Casterbridge.
The Mayor of Casterbridge is a very good book.
Apparently, it starts
Hardy.
with some prick
selling
his wife. So that's my book number 1. Book number 2 is I started months ago reading The Five, and I haven't finished it. So I'm going to finish that.
So it's not a Victorian classic, but it is
It's a non-fiction book about Victorian times, so I feel like it's appropriate.
Yeah.
And the third one I'm going to do is you have purchased.
I've done a little bit of a book purchase, and none of them have arrived yet. But I have purchased 2 books by Amy Dilwyn. One of those books, so that was championed by Katie at Books and Things a few months ago.
Yeah.
And the book Jill is one of the books I have purchased.
And she's been talking about it, and I think Danny was talking about it too.
No.
There was someone other than Katie talking about it too. Who were you? Tell me in the comments.
It could be Jen. She talks about a lot of LGBT.
Maybe
books.
Jen, but I don't remember.
I don't remember that. I'm just putting 2 and 2 together on who might have
I don't remember who else, but a couple of people have both read Jill, and I am. It sounds awesome, so that's the third thing on my list, and that's it. List of 3. That's it.
That's it. Well, I am going to pay some vague respect to the...
You're gonna conform, aren't you?
I'm gonna, you can actually probably fit your 3 books.
I probably could, but I bite my thumb at conformity and...
Do you bite your thumb at me?
Yeah, I do.
Yes. All right. So the first prompt is Katie's prompt, which is read the Victorian equivalent of your favourite genre. Read a book from that genre. Now,
but a Victorian one.
Now, I've said it before, but I believe that Thomas Hardy is his own genre, and this is my favourite genre. And so I'm going to pick A Pair of Blue Eyes by Thomas Hardy.
Okay.
Yeah, and failing that, tragedy is my favourite genre, and Thomas Hardy writes tragedy.
Okay.
So the second prompt is by Lucy the Reader, and it's to read Victorian Letters, a group of Victorian letters or something like that.
An epistolary novel?
I've taken it to mean an epistolary novel.
Okay.
And I'm going to pick The Tenet of Wildfell Hall by Anne Bronte.
Okay.
I don't really know a lot about that novel at all.
Except it's an epistolary.
I just Googled epistolary novels. I can't say that word. How did you pronounce it?
Epistolary.
Epistolary. I can say that word. I just don't believe I can get it right.
It's made up of epistles.
Epistles, yes. What's an epistle?
A letter.
Is that Latin for letter, or?
I don't think so.
A literary novel? No, it just sounds ridiculous.
I think it's just another word. I think it's just a synonym for letter.
Okay.
An epistle?
They must have a different root language, though, because surely that's why we have cinnamons.
Cinnamons?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What's cinnamons for cake?
Can I have a cinnamon for cinnamon? No. That's a tongue twister. Oh.
Scott can't say synonym and cinnamon in the same sentence.
To be fair.
I just don't think you can say synonym.
To be fair, yeah, I can't say cinnamon. No. No, I can't say it.
It's like that sauce that starts with W.
Hey, you know that PG Wodehouse series?
I can't say it.
Who does Jeeves work for again?
Stephen Fry.
No, Stephen Fry is Jeeves.
Oh.
You needed to say Hugh Laurie.
Hugh Laurie. My bad.
Anyway, then it is read a book by your favourite author. This is Katie Howe's question. She actually has... Her thing is this or this or this, and I've just taken it as this. My favourite author is Thomas Hardy, so A Pair of Blue Eyes will be...
Okay, good.
Yeah, see, I'm reusing...
Oh, yes.
Now, there is a group challenge of read a book that either from an old Victorian TBR, which we're booktube babies. We've not been here for a Victober before.
No. Never.
We're
it's my first
Victober
one.
virgins.
We won't be for long.
Ooh, dun, dun, dun.
Racy.
Yeah. Anyway, so the alternate to that is a book that you've been meaning to get to for a while. Well, in probably Victober last year, that's how long ago it was, but I don't know. I read The Warden by Anthony Trollope. Do you ever read a book now where you can tell that you're going to really like the author, but you didn't like the book?
Yes.
Right, that was The Warden by Anthony Trollope for me. I could just tell that I would love Trollope, but I did not like The Warden. So I very much wanted to read more Trollope. Oh, we're going to go to bed after this, are we?
Apparently.
Anyway, The Warden is the first book in the Barchester Chronicles, and I thought that I would follow The Warden up by the second book in the Barchester Chronicles, which is The Barchester Towers. And it's been on my TBR for probably a year, and I've been meaning to get to it for a bit.
So you're going to do that one?
The fifth prompt is to read a Victorian novel while wearing Victorian clothing. And as I'm in Victoria, all of my clothes are Victorian. Yeah, we're living in the state of Victoria.
You okay?
Yeah.
I'll buy that.
Yeah, you'll buy that. Additionally, I have got 3 books that I want to read because
you're a whore.
But yeah, it's Victober and I want to read more Victorian books.
Yeah.
Emily from Novell Novels, Danny from Spinelli Speaks, and And with an E all read North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell. And additionally to that, I see Gaskell talked about all the time by booktubers I very much respect the opinion of.
But she's that lady who wrote that book that you said is the most boring thing ever written.
The most boring book I've ever read is Cransford by Elizabeth Gaskell. And I completely wrote her off after that. But North and South, I spoke to Ange and she said, you should read it. If you've ever read The Ragged Trousers Philanthropist, you should read it. I have read The Ragged Trousers Philanthropist and I really like The Ragged Trousers Philanthropist. 5-star read. Right, she said you should read North and South if you like that.
So you should read it.
So I should read it. I think so many booktubers love Gaskell. I know Katie from Books and Things loves Gaskell. I know all 3 of those ladies loved the book.
What's the next one on the list?
The next one on the list is New Grub Street by George Gissing. I read The Odd Woman with George Gissing earlier in the year as part of the Oddathon or whatever it was called.
Oh, yeah.
And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was an excellent book. New Grub Street is about class and capitalism and money and...
It's going to agree with your already existing values and ideas. You're going to hate it.
Yeah. It seems like it would fit in quite well with North and South, to be honest. Finally, I've bought 2 Amy Dilwyn novels, and you're going to read Jill for your TBR.
Yes.
So I thought I would read A Burglary, which is a comedy.
A comedy?
A comedy.
I love a comedy.
Yeah, so I don't know much about that other than...
It's a comedy.
Yeah, it's a comedy. It's by an author I've never read before who is quite well thought of. And I'm going to give that a try.
Sounds fun.
So that's my Victorian TBR, your Victorian TBR. Are you guys participating in Victober or are you going maverick and doing something else?
What are you reading?
What are you reading? Have you read any of these books before and do you like them?
Yeah.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, please.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's really all we've got to say. I think we're just padding this video now. Bye. We're padding it till I can actually hit the stop button.